guys can do me one favor, just subscribe to the channel and just like the video, please. For fuck's sake, please. So, let's move on to our first topic, and I want to talk about Loki Season 2, Episode 1 first, okay? So, Loki Season 2, Episode 1 had its premiere at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time today, and or 6 o'clock, actually. And, I watched it. It's a 43-minute episode, so that's, a pretty decent amount of time for a Disney Plus show. And yeah, man, I'm a huge fan of the MCU. I'm a huge fan of Loki. I think Loki Season 1 was just it wasn't amazing, but like it was really, really good compared to everything else that we got in the MCU regarding, Disney Plus shows and streamers and stuff like that. Loki Season 1 is super solid. I love the aesthetic of the first season. I really love the writing and how they explained, how they delved deeper into the multiverse and these different timelines and stuff like that. I love the characters. Mobius, they gave Loki something to do. Because at the end of Avengers Endgame, he didn't really, he disappeared with the Tesseract, right? And to me, I just thought, oh God, they're gonna make a series. They made a series, and I thought, oh God, what could they possibly do with him? Right? He's died so many times. If you guys watch Marvel stuff, Loki dies so many times. So, going into the first Loki season, I didn't know what to expect, and I was really, really surprised that we got something with a lot of weight and a lot of emotion for Loki. That first season, when he's watching his life play out, what his life and his future could be if he keeps going down this dark path, and he's watching it on the TV screen in that interrogation room with Mobius. Oh man, that gave me chills, right? So, and obviously at the end, spoilers if you haven't seen Loki Season 1, at the end of Loki Season 1, it gives us, I think, the best finale for a Disney Plus Marvel show that we've gotten, hands down. It starts off with Loki being trapped in a different timeline, and with He Who Remains dying at the hands of Sylvie, and he comes back to a future where the TVA is overrun by Kang. And I thought that was a super intriguing idea. I thought, oh man, that's it's pushing the MCU forward, and that's what I wanted. And we had kind of a clear direction of where things were going at that point. And so we get to Loki Season 2. A lot of stuff has happened so far in the MCU. The storyline has been kind of stagnant. We don't really know what's going on. So hopefully Loki Season 2, the rest of it at least, will give us some answers. And I was really anticipating, I say all that to say, I was really anticipating what Loki Season 2 can do. I had a bunch of disappointments in Marvel Phase 5 and Phase 4. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania wasn't that great. Eternals, I thought, should have been a TV series. We can jump into that topic in another time. There's just a lot of stuff. It's up and down, right? And I really needed Loki Season 2. What the fuck? Y'all see that? Did y'all see that? Okay. Anyway. Should I fix that? I think I'll fix that. Hang on, guys. Sorry so much. Alright. Ugh. Sit my ass back down in this fucking chair. Where was I? What was I talking about? That kind of scared me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Earlier today, I tweeted that, The Exorcist Believer doesn't even look scary. And I don't know, man. That kind of just reminded me of that. Anyway, Loki Season 2. I had a lot of expectations for Loki Season 2. We really needed a win. And I think we got it. So far, at least for Episode 1. I really enjoyed Episode 1. There is so much more to like. And I just think it's such a good idea to put Loki in this kind of scenario where he's dealing with stuff outside of, the main MCU. And it gives Loki a purpose again, you know, and season 1 jumps right back in where we left off season 2 jumps in right where we left off in season 1. Loki is obviously like an amazing uh, television show for me. Season 1, that is. And I just think, writing wise, and I just think they double down on it. The writing here is snappy. I think the writing is probably the best of maybe phase 4 or 5, maybe. It's definitely up there. I think that it's very snappy. It moves super fast, and the way that Michael Waldron, I'm assuming Michael Waldron came back to write this episode. Don't quote me on that, but I'm assuming whoever wrote the show is such a well trained writer to the point where he can throw in, or they can throw in different lines and throw in a bunch of dialogue, but the focus of the show never gets lost in that. And I think episode 1, I'm so sorry. Episode 1 does that very beautifully. I think, the focus was super, super clear here. Did they say a lot of shit? Yeah. Okay. That's one thing I didn't really like about the episode. I'm just going to get into it right now since we're talking about it. There's a lot of exposition in this. And it's not bad exposition. It's just the fact that there's so much. There's so much going on in this first episode. It is jam-packed with explaining what time slipping is. And by the way, I'm not going into spoilers here. Explaining what time slipping is, explaining like the dynamics of what's happening. You have to, re-pick up from where you left off in season 1 and different plot lines that carried over to season 2. So there's a lot of explaining to do. And I feel like with every show that has like that first episode, you have to do a little bit of explaining, right? So it's inevitable here. Red Bull, hey bro, sponsor me. Red Bull. This is the best drink. This is the best drink to drink while you're streaming and talking about movies. There you go. That's free sponsorship right there. So yeah, man, Loki season 2 episode 1. I thought it was great. Let's talk about the performances for a little bit. The performances, Loki is played by Tom Hiddleston. Tom Hiddleston is fantastic here. Obviously, he's great. I love him. Definitely am very happy that he didn't play Thor. Mobius, it was really cool catching up with Mobius. I really like Hunter B-15. I didn't necessarily hate her in the first season, but here, I don't know, something about her just feels different. She feels more like a protagonist, obviously, from how season 1 ended. You have Ki-hee Kwan here. He is, the reigning best supporting actor. Yeah, he's great. He's a little charming. He's a little funny. He's definitely super smart. He's, the episode is named after his character, so he's a huge part of this. And I'm happy to see him here. I just think the writing was the most impressive to me because, again, it's throwing out a bunch of stuff at your face, and you kind of just have to sit there and like kind of take it all in. And really, you don't have a lot of time to think about it. But they always come back to certain points, right? They never get lost. They never get lost in the sauce. No, they never get lost in the plot. And for me, episode 1. Solid episode. Just a lot of exposition, and that's one thing that I couldn't really, get behind. There was stuff that were happening in the show, and I was like, why are they doing this again? Okay, and they'll reiterate, but at the same time, for me, I'm also stupid, so I don't know what they were doing. I have to watch breakdown videos and stuff. But yeah, man. Another thing, I really love the atmosphere here, and again, it's picking up from season 1. Again, it's picking up from season 1, something that they did very, very well, but I love the atmosphere. There are certain shots here that they use, and I love what they do here with cutting. It's the editing. They cut, and it's a match cut from one, almost gave you a spoiler. It's a match cut, right? So they do a match cut, and I just love the way that everything's all 70s kind of, and everything, just the aesthetic of everything. Really loved that in the first season. I'm glad that it all carried over here, and it just feels like no time has passed between season 1 and season 2. It feels like they just kept making the show, and it's very consistent to season 1. I really like that. The colors and stuff. Guys, I'm colorblind, okay? But I love these colors. Super, super eye-catching, and it stands out compared to all the other MCU stuff. It really stands out more than kind of the bland MCU colors of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you know? So, yeah, man. Season 2, episode 1. I also wanted to say that I feel like I'm finally excited for an MCU project again. Like I'm very excited for episode 2. I couldn't say that for a while. Secret Invasion didn't really catch my eye like that. I know Hyder loved Secret Invasion. She-Hulk was not great. I watched the entire thing, but it was not great. Miss Marvel, one of my top 3 MCU shows. Not a lot of people like that, but for me, Miss Marvel, one of my top 3 MCU shows. So, this put us on a good track. I'll say that for now. It's only one episode, so I don't know how they can mess it up. Hopefully they don't. But yeah, man, it's a great first episode, and I'm just really happy to be back in the world of Loki. If you guys watched season 2, episode 1 of Loki, let me know what you think down below in the comment section of it. Are you guys happy to see Loki back? Are you guys happy to see Mobius back? I hope Mobius gets this jet ski, bro. I really hope so. All right.